So I want to give all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rachaha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessing to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect. Shalom Barakatum. And this is just going to be a real quick lesson through the Spirit. There's a lot of resignations coming out of the Trump administration. Well, it's rumored at least right now. Okay, they're talking about there's infighting between Kash Patel, Bongino, and this Pam Bondi chick. Okay, which is all set up to basically manipulate. Really, all the government is, man. All the politics is just theater to pacify the public on public policy that they're going to pass. Okay, the politicians are not there to serve you. They're there to make sure you don't get out of pocket. Okay, they're there to manage your emotions, to promise you things, and to do what they plan on doing to begin with. You know, so that's all this whole thing is, man. But now Bongino, apparently his reputation is on the line because they were just talking about this 3-4 weeks ago about how they're going to bring down Epstein and bring the evidence, and then you're going to see and this and that, and then all of a sudden they're saying there's nothing to see here now, which is crazy because they found out that they got thousands of victims, okay, but they got no perpetrators, okay. So the only person that they got arrested was Ghislaine Maxwell. So I guess she trafficked kids to nobody on behalf of nobody, you see. But they saying case is closed. They're not even saying they're going to continue to investigate, let alone they don't have a list. But nobody asked you for an actual paper list. You see, so now all of this blowback is coming back on the administration, and Trump has got to do damage control, man. So when you see these things going on in the news, these things always ripple downward, as the scriptures say. So as with the officers, so are the people. You know, in Sirach, the 10th chapter, man. So however the government rules is indicator of the people themselves, okay? And vice versa. So this division that you see in the White House, this thing is going to ripple down, man. Elon Musk is still going rogue, all right? And then you had, more recently, you have Jerome Powell. Now, there's a rumor that Jerome Powell, the head of the Fed, he might also step down, okay? So you got to ask yourself what's going on, okay? This government has not been a real government since the Second World War, okay? When you really look into how everything operates, it's been controlled by the deep state since World War II. They officially did away with them presidents and their real power since then. When they got them nukes, that was a wrap, man. They're not letting power come back into play. Everybody after that has been everybody after I would say probably FDR. Those have been plants, man, okay? Those have been plants, okay? That was the small hats co-opting the other Edomites right then and there. And this is one of the reasons why Kennedy got taken out, man, you know? Because he was proof that presidents no longer ran anything, okay? And it might even be before that. Okay, because he's the first president that got out of line ever since World War II. Okay, and you see what happened to him. And ever since then, I believe they tried to avoid taking the president out like that in the future, and that's when they pivoted to this whole blackmail thing, which is how they've been controlling everybody since then, man. Lyndon B. Johnson, Gerald Ford, look them up. Richard Nixon, they all had dirt on them. Okay. And then they either gonna play ball or they weren't gonna play ball, you know? And so this thing goes back a long way, man. So that's why you're not gonna get anything out of these politicians. And you people are wondering why there's such a big disconnect between what the government does and what the people want. It's because they're not there to serve you. You're there to serve them. Okay, they're convincing you that they're serving you, but really they're just allowing you to destroy yourself. Okay, and they're getting paid off of you destroying yourself. You see? So watch this administration and watch this MAGA movement, okay? Because you got these big resignations coming down. You got to watch who's coming in. All right? They may bring somebody in from the Fed to accelerate this monetary or fiscal policy all the way up to the to the Karagma, all right, which we're already there, but they just got a few more steps to culminate this thing, okay? So you got all these things going on in the news, man, and people are looking around, still distracted by different things, you know, which they kind of messed up with the Epstein thing, because people will look away over policy that they figure is boring. Like if they do something drastic with interest rates or the financial side, most people won't catch it. But a good sex scandal or something like that, people pay attention to. All right, you got to go back to the Clinton administration. All right, Clinton did a way worse things, man. He did NAFTA, which sold out all of them jobs overseas. Okay, he forwarded the crime bill. Okay, he didn't get remembered for any of those things negatively. What did he get remembered for? Monica Lewinsky. So the public loves this kind of scandal. So the Epstein thing, you should have just burned that guy, man. Okay, you should have just made up a bunch of people. Okay, look, we caught a bunch of guys. All right, they probably was already, you could have just got some people that were already felons. Okay, they was already doing time. You just bring them out there and say, look, we caught some. But they couldn't even do that, man. Because they're getting sloppy, they're rushing, okay? And ultimately, it's the show. It's also the Lord showing us that he's causing division, because he don't even have the wisdom to move carefully, man. Trump was up there looking embarrassing, man. Okay, looking guilty as hell. Okay, couldn't even spin it. Everybody called him out, even in their own base. So we don't have much longer for this place, Akim. You know, this place is not going to survive this presidency, if even the year. Okay, at the rate that things are going. Okay. So I just wanted to bring those things out to light. You know, more resignations are on the way, as rumored. Okay, and this is a good sign for the men of the Lord, and a terrible sign for the rest of y'all. All right. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. On to the next. Shalom.